Hello and welcome. I'm the Theory Detective. In these lessons, we'll uncover the mystery of music theory. Now, we learned about whole steps and half steps. Both of those together are steps, which we learned earlier. A step has another name. It's called a second. You simply count 1, 2 when you're talking about the name notes or the lines and spaces. 1, 2 makes a second or a step. Listen to it. 1, 2, step. 1, 2, step. 1, 2, step. 1, 2, step. They are all steps. Now, to take a look at the treble and the bass here, or together, the grand staff, and we'll see what that looks like. If they're next together, then you're supposed to play them together. Here's the F and the G on the bass clef, so I'll play that down here. Or you could say one after the other, one first and then the next. So here's the C first, and then up here to the D. So these would both be seconds. Together, one after another. Oh, I'll do it in the treble clef. And if you talked about skips, remember skip, you have to skip a letter named note. So like C skips the D and goes to E. So C to E, C to E. We're skipping the D in between. So that would be a third because we count 1, 2, 3. 1 on the C, 2 on the D that's not played, and then 3 on the E. So that would be a third. It sounds much more harmonious than the second. A second is more dissonant, more strident, whereas the third is more harmonious. So we'll do right here, and this is, the third, right there. And then up here, there's another third. And we'll identify that. It's E to G, and right in here, the line note, or F, is in between. So there's our third. This is one after another, or melodically, and this is together, or harmonically. And then also, if you have two different instruments that are playing the same note, they're usually playing other notes, but then they're playing the same note, that's what we would call unison. Technically, it's not an interval because there's no gap in between. There's no space in between it. They're not different notes. But when you're talking about two different instruments playing it, it kind of functions as an interval. So that would be right here, B on the piano, it would just be one note. And if they were played separate, it would technically be not unison. It would be repetition. So it would sound like this. Here's the two E's, E, and then E again. That would be repetition. So I'll put rep for repetition. But down here, they're actually played together, so that would be unison. So we have seconds, broken up or melodically, thirds broken up or melodic, and then seconds together, harmonic, thirds together, harmonic, and then unison, two different instruments. I can't really do it on the keyboard, but two different instruments or two different voices playing the same note together, and repetition if they are one then the other later. Okay, go ahead and take out your practice flashcards. We have the interval of a second. Go ahead and write a definition at the back. The interval between two notes. We're counting the notes. You get to 2, so 1, 2. And then the same thing for third, the interval of a third. But instead of counting to 2, you would count to 3. And then Also, you can do unison as well, and that would be two or more of voices or instruments played the same note. So add those to your practice pile, practice them as much as you can until they become very easy, and as always, have a great day.